officer. And so, yeah, okay, in this environment, now I just told you the most powerful rule, all aspects of it, their economy. They control the economy, they control their government, they control their military, they control the education here. It is very much so a dog eat dog world, but it's also an opportunistic world where you can be literally anything you want to be, anything, as long as you put your best into it and become the I guess become capable of doing whatever you choose to be. What happens when ability is nurtured and there's no bias? What happens? Everyone should thrive. That's the hope, right? That's that, what do you call it? That's the dream. That's the utopian world, is that everyone has the potential to be whatever they want to be. In this world, it is, except the drawback is you're quickly left behind if you are not up to snuff. There's not much empathy in this world. There aren't people who are willing to wait for you to catch up. That does not exist here. And where it does exist, the squalor is an idea that in this world, those who live on the surface, let's call it, usually are the strongest because they fear less. Those who are on the surface, those who are exposed, let's put it in different terms, they are comforted in the fact that they are together, as you can see, together with some of the strongest members of their society, because only the strongest members choose to live outside. And by outside, I mean outside of an enclosed cave system, which is the terrain that the world has changed to over the 300 years, which I'll explain that later. But those who live on the surface side are the strongest. So those who choose to live more so on the enclosed areas of this world aren't as strong. Now, again, doesn't mean they're weak. They just choose to live differently. But they know their limitations. They also live like a community. It's all one empire, but it's different districts. And in this district, it's usually ran by the mafia. So there's the Oyo Mafia. They are the strongest of the stronger. Essentially, they rule the underworld. They have connections. Some people, they have what they call the eldest man, which is essentially the leader of their outfit. And I use those terms and I use those mafia groups. And you start to learn there are many different mafia houses, and they are all essentially acolytes of Orishas from centuries past, to the point to where they don't even remember why they became who they became as a mafia house. But they originated centuries ago because they were acolytes of Orishas. Orishas who have, over centuries, have gone on to do whatever they want to do. They don't live necessarily in this territory. They live wherever they want to live because they're deities. And so you start to learn over the course of the next couple installments that, these mafia houses, they have they're usually led by a very strong member in society, strong as an aristocrat, strong as in an Olympian, strong as in a powerhouse in government, economics, but they are the best of the best, but they also choose to live life their way. And so they have a house, and and it's the house of ill repute in some of them, not all of them. There are some houses where it's only filled with subservient individuals because that's how they manifested as a community. There are all types of communities. Oh, and get this, and I'll give this spoiler away, but the leaders of the mafia houses, just because they look young doesn't mean they're young. That's another thing. You begin to learn that the better you are at grasping life's natural energy, the more it rejuvenates you along the way. So a 75-year-old, let's say, could really be moving like a 45-year-old. You have extended life. You're now the average life cycle, the average age of a of an Oyo civilian is actually around 125. And that only changed in the past 75 years. You start to learn that along the way.